Hello, and welcome to the program. My name is Kelvin Chibomba, to be with you on this series. I am the main facilitator. Last week, we looked at certain tenets that are very important, for us as entrepreneurs to begin to look at. And our starting point, was about us to be able to understand that there are certain things that begin to happen when you leave school. Either you get employed or you start, your own avenues of employment, which you may call self-employment, or you may decide to go for further studies. Apart from that, you may need, to understand things about career guidance. This program is very important for us to understand. Wherever you are picking us from all these corners of this beautiful country, Zambia, or any other part of the continent, it is prudent for us to, begin by underscoring the fact that, we have seen a lot of underemployment amongst our people. And this has brought a lot of destitution and further on, a lot of our people are, wallowing in poverty. But the question is, who should be able to provide the narratives that we need? And this is the reason why this capacity building program has come on board, for you to understand that there are certain components that are very important as we continue on this journey of, understanding that we can be entrepreneurs. In every aspect of life, money matters. And some of the things that are important for us to understand, they have to do with understanding that it's very important for us to settle down and begin to look at where we're coming from, understanding areas to do with underemployment. If you look at our base, it's not growing at all. And there are so many people there who are simply saying, what is it that the government is going to do for me? And I've been roaming on the streets for quite some time. Other people that are graduating, and they're adding up to the numbers of those with a lot of papers, but they're not able to find something really tangible to do. And we are here to help you, to lift you up, for you to begin to understand that there's something that you are carrying within you, and this is the ability for you to start up something. The ability for you to start up something. And for this reason, we are going to run some series as Tikambe. We're going to run some series which are going to hinge on so many, aspects on how to start a business, how to make it grow, how to create synergies with other partners, perhaps what we may call like-minded partners. All right, but for today, we want to begin by bringing to the fore, the understanding that each and every person can be an entrepreneur. You have got what it takes. You may not have to cry all day, because, what each and every person that you aspire in life has achieved today, you can also do. You can also reach that status. That's the reason why it's very important for you to understand some of these things, deeply. We may not go into all the nitty-gritties for today, but simply to assure you that, you are the person who has the key in your hands. And since you hold the key, you can come on board and begin to learn with us, so that we begin to provide certain pathways that you can begin to follow. These pathways are very easy to follow, and they are well packaged, and they are able to provide you with the needed guidance around areas of you being an entrepreneur, and also to begin to take certain trajectories in life and be your own boss. so that you can have the ability, to support the people. The other thing that we are going also to look at in this program, has to do with the characteristics of an entrepreneur. There are certain characteristics that ought to be understood by each and every person who comes on board and says, I want to be, an entrepreneur. You simply cannot miss these characteristics. They're very, very important for you to understand. And for this reason, if you want us to take a deeper approach to this, you can get hold of us. We are going to provide with you a detailed program on you being able to understand what it takes for a person to be an entrepreneur. The other thing that we're also going to look at some point is, are you able to test yourself as an entrepreneur? There are certain guidelines that ought to be, taken by each and every person who comes on board. There are certain things that you are supposed to learn in order for you to begin to settle down in this given path. The other thing which we can also begin to look at has to do with skills. Developing your skill sets as an entrepreneur. Do you have what it takes to run that business that you intend, to undertake? So, in detail, under skills, we are going to provide, a deeper understanding to do with technical skills. What are technical skills? How do we possess these technical skills? How do they come about? And how do we begin to harness them? Because these are also needed when we become entrepreneurs. The other thing, that is very, very cardinal also, is the ability for us to understand business management skills. Business management skills. It is very, very important for you as an entrepreneur to begin to understand under this skill set program, one, things to do with technical skills, two, things to do with your business management skills. Business management skills. How do you go about in terms of planning, in terms of finding the market, what kind of products do you produce or commodities that you produce, and the value that is supposed to be given at each and every level. The other thing, my dear friends, which is very, very cardinal in this process under skills, is the ability, to assess the knowledge of your line of business. There are some people, they start a business, but midway, then they begin to think, oh, I think I did something wrong. What is the best business that I can do? And then they go back to the drawing board. By the time they want to come back, they would have spent 2 years. And in the business cycle, time really matters. Time really matters. So we want you to settle down by understanding, skills surrounding, your areas to do with entrepreneurship. It's very important for you to begin to delve on these matters, because by the end of the day, they begin to define the course of your business and also how your business is going to run. The other thing which is very, very important, which we are going to discuss with you, has to do with personal characteristics and situation. These are going to be discussed in greater detail. It's very important for you also to begin to undertake certain steps, and of which we are willing to sit down with you and begin to discuss these salient matters. They are very, very important because they determine also the growth of your business, the capacity that you're going to have. What is it that you do not have? There are certain measurements that come around, these business cycles. So we want you to settle down. We want you to hit the ground. We want you to start running, because each and everything that we do around these business matters, my dear friends, you need to understand that, time and money are critical in these processes. So you want to sit down and, begin to chart these things with you at that level in a detailed way, in a detailed manner. We're going to provide the concepts around commitment. How committed are you around your business? That will give you the ability to succeed. Also the ability for you to understand that there are certain areas around commitment that are supposed to show in this trajectory that you want to undertake as a business person. The other thing, which is very, very cardinal also, is the ability for you to understand things around motivation. What is it that really motivates you to begin your business? Because once you begin to not to pay particular interest around motivation, then it creates a lot of problems. That's the reason why, we are here as Tikambe to provide you with all the needed areas around, commitment, around motivation, around, things to do with the ability for you to take risks. They say businesses are for those people who are able to take risks. Are you a risk taker? So we are able to take you deeper into these things around personal characteristics and situations whenever you undertake the route of being an entrepreneur. We are talking about things such as commitment, like I said, things around motivation, and also taking risks. The other thing that is also important under personal characteristics and situation is the ability for you to make decisions. Are you able to make decisions under extreme situations? There are certain people, they start a business, but they wake up the other day, they don't know whether to turn right, they don't know whether to turn left, they have no direction. They are not able to make decisions, and this can be fatal when it comes to your business. The inability for you, to make decisions. Sometimes they say it's very important to sit around and then begin to make, decisions. So we are going to provide more details around these areas, because we want you to understand these very important areas that surround personal characteristics and situations. The other thing under personal characteristics and situations that is very, very important to understand, is a family situation. Are you a married person? Do you have children who are supporting you? Do you have a supporting spouse? Is your spouse willing to let you go to attend, these business errands? Or, do you have the ability to understand certain things around your family? Because this, has a bearing on the success of your business. If you check around us, there are certain families that we have taken for granted to say, okay, these are, so much oriented around businesses. But is that a correct narrative? Does it mean that there are only certain families who have got this privilege to run businesses? The answer is definitely no. So under family situations, we are going to introduce to you areas to do with, the importance of getting support, the importance of understanding family members, and how they can be brought on board whenever we are running these businesses. It's very, very important, to work together and also to work together as family members. The other thing which is very, very important, my friends, to understand financial situation. As Tikambe, we are going to take you around and help you to settle down and help you to understand areas, around financial situations. What does it take to provide a report? What does it take, to come down and sit for you to understand areas around loans, how to pay back some loans, how to, have some seed money, and all those things. For some people, it has taken years. It has taken years. They've never been to the bank. The proceeds that come from their businesses usually end up hand to mouth. Is that how you're supposed to run a business? There are certain concepts that we need to learn. And others concepts in this regard could be the entity concept. How do you define yourself around these matters? How do you begin to work around these matters as an entrepreneur? So we'll think down, we'll take you those roads so that you have, the ability to settle down in these areas. And for now, I think we're going to take a break. And when we come back, other things that we consider to be very, very important when we are undertaking this journey as an entrepreneur, in how to have a business plan. Do you have a business plan? Catch me on the other side.
For media marketing solutions, Pafrico is quite simply a quality marketing service delivery company. Our solutions cut across digital and traditional platforms. In short, integrated marketing is our thing. We look after clients seeking competitive solutions in integrated mission-critical marketing, whether corporate branding, digital media, outdoor advertising, right up to media buying. Get in touch.
All right, welcome back. My name is Kelvin Chibomba on the show, and we are discussing capacity building. Of course, we looked at you as an entrepreneur. Each and every person is gifted. Each and every person has the ability to begin this journey as an entrepreneur. Furthermore, we also looked at characteristics of an entrepreneur, certain things that you are supposed to have in order to make it in this journey as an entrepreneur. Also, we introduced you at some point on being able to test yourself as an entrepreneur. And we also looked at the skills that you're supposed to possess as an entrepreneur. On the skills, we talked about the ability for someone to have technical skills, business management skills, knowledge of your line of business. These are very, very important skills, or the skill sets that you are supposed to have. But we will not discuss in detail all these things. You can simply give us a call, of which you can request for these materials, and these materials can be sent to you. And the number that you can call us is 076 345 7277. That's the number that you can call us on. 076 345 7277. We are going to give you a detailed presentation on these important areas that are going to make your business to grow. The other thing which is also very, very important for us to understand as entrepreneurs are personal characteristics and situations. And also, it's very important for us to dig deeper on matters to do with commitment, motivation, taking risks, making choices, family situation, and the financial situation. It's very important for you to understand all these tenets. The reason being, once you begin to gravitate, once you begin to understand, this roadmap or this trajectory, it becomes really easy for you to settle down in your business. Many people, they have closed shop. The reason being, they did not understand how to start up their businesses, how to safeguard their business from collapsing. So we are here as Tikambe, to give you these very important lessons, and they are coming to you. And if you need more details, we are able to provide you with what it takes in order to have these skill sets and also characteristics and areas to do with certain situations as entrepreneurs. So that's what we looked at today. And catch us on 0976 345 0976 345 7277. We are going to sit down together and walk you through these very, very important tenets that I have outlined. So that's all about for today. But for next week, we are going to come up with something really interesting as well. And next week, we are going to be talking about the business plan. Do you have the business plan? Do you know where you are? Do you understand where you're coming from? Do you understand where you're going? There are certain people that simply start a business, they have no direction. They don't know about yesterday. They don't know about today. They have not done a situation analysis. They have not done SWOT analysis. There's certain tools that you're supposed to use, as entrepreneurs. And these are supposed to be understood in their very own context. And this is the reason why we want to introduce you to understanding the business plan, the business plan. What is a business plan? So, if you want to understand more about the business plan, we are here to help you. We are here to settle you down in your business. There are so many people, who think that it's very difficult and cumbersome to come up with a business plan. We really want to break this thing. We want to demystify this concept and bring it home. It's very important for you. The other time I had a meeting with some people. The question that they were asking me is that, no, give us money. We want to start up a business. Give us money. But I asked them, what ideas do you have about your business? I said, no, okay, I want to start making this. I want to start baking that. Then I said, okay, show me your business. They didn't have. They didn't have at all their business plans. So we want to take you down this road so that you're able to understand areas that we are supposed to pay particular interest to whenever it comes to understand a business plan. So as Tikambe, we are here as a team to help you settle down so that before it's too late, you begin to understand what it takes to have a business plan. We'll take you through these very important corners and help you to settle down so that areas to do with funding and many others can be easily accessible to you. For today, we are going to end here. Like I said, next week we are going to take a deeper, understanding on the content of a business plan. If you have questions, you need to get a hold of us. You can call us on 076 345 7277. My name is Kelvin Chibomba. See you on the other side.